Yeah,
Right.
probably. I mean, like, you know, like there's worse cover-based shooters than this game.
Sure. You know, it's one of those things where this is also one of those games that fits into a category of game in terms of not quality level, but you know, this is one of those like B games, right? Like that doesn't exist very much anymore because
Those
the cost of production is so high that this like kind of second,
what is this?
You know, smaller studio but still trying to do a big action game. Like this has been kind of pushed out.
So
and I totally have a soft spot for that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of very PS1.
Yeah,
PS2.
hey, we do in general on this channel. You might have noticed.
Yeah,
play a lot of weird stuff like that.
Actually, the reason I picked this game for my first hosted game stream was because I thought it fit. Like a weird, forgotten, kinda broken, but still some fun stuff in it. Like that.
Is that what you're trying to say?
That's the whole stream. That's this stream. Yep.
Are you
like
the
all
dark
of us.
void of stream friends?
I am. I am the magical gay man, dark void of stream friends.
So just as to clarify what we were talking about earlier, I'm looking at the story now on Polygon.com.
Is that a website?
Yeah, Airtight Games. They were hit with layoffs this week. Quote unquote as part of a necessary restructuring. 14 members of the staff were laid off, and the president of the company said existing projects are on schedule. Murdered Soul Suspect is in fact winding down. Layoffs like this are regrettable, but part of the natural ebb and flow of game production. and he says that the company is actively seeking partners for exciting upcoming projects. So to me that says they might not have those partners right now, and that's maybe why the layoffs had to happen. It might be like, hey, we're having trouble finding someone.
We're really hoping that this game will be just wrapped up is going to do really well so that we can maybe get some publisher support.
They just released an Ouya exclusive game called Soul Fjord.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
Soul Fjord?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about roguelikes?
I like them.
How do you guys feel about blaxploitation?
How procedural is this blaxploitation roguelike?
It's time to Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Yeah, I
didn't realize it was that kind of soul.
To be 100% clear, I have not played Soul Fjord. There is one dude in our office, not on the editorial side, who owns and is like a huge fan of the Ouya. Okay. I don't know if huge fan is right, but he
why did that kill me?
He has it in the office and talks about it a lot. But he downloaded Soul Fjord when it came out because it was like, hey, exclusive Ouya game from a developer that at least has a name. And he said it was really, really awful. And I don't know. It looks like there haven't been a lot of major reviews, but
the ones that I'm seeing are not necessarily.
Yeah. Destructo gave it like 4 stars
out of 10
with the title Fjorgettable. Nailed it, Destructoid.
Jesus Christ! Shots fired.
Well, I wasn't joking though. That's the no. They really did nail it. Arthur would kill me if I turned in that headline, but I'd still try.
That's the only way.
Wait, that game was made by...
How is everything? I haven't talked to anyone all week.
That game was made by Kim Swift.
Yeah, she left Airtight recently as well. She's at Amazon now.
Amazon Game Studios, along with Far Cry 2.
Clint Hawking, yeah.
Poor Clint Hawking. I feel like he's never going to find something to actually do anymore. It's just going to be shifting around because since Ubisoft, he's gone to like 3 different studios, and then he just like stays there for a year, nothing comes of it, and he leaves. But I feel like he was at like WB or something, and then he went to LucasArts.
Valve for a while.
Oh yeah, he was at Valve for a while, and then he went to LucasArts also, and now he's at Amazon. He's never going to release a game again.
Yeah. It's weird. It's so weird because like you guys know Far Cry 2 is in my stupid game canon, and to not ever have another thing directed by Hawking is so weird, you know?
Sorry, but when you said game canon in my head, I
Game
heard
canon.
like I heard like
Uh-huh.
someone doing like a really theatrical voice, like game canon.
Right, exactly.
And-
Welcome to GameCanon.com.
That's
We're
just-
for gamers by gamers here. We have the hottest in tips, tricks, previews.
Hold on, I need to. Can I get GameCanon.com? Let me find out if I can get this.
If he was, he wouldn't need us to find the sonar box.
How have
We
you guys
load
been?
our Game Canon up.
I haven't been able to talk to anyone or stream all week because I've been really busy. How is
Get
everybody?
cannoned.
I
that's
think you
not-
could workshop that a bit.
Balls. Cannonballs.
Nothing over here.
I'm okay, Phil. I'm good.
That's good.
I had a whole lot of life for a while there, but it's died down.
Looks like I found a pad.
Oh shit! GameCanon.com is $320. No, thank you.
Jeez.
Try the other cannon.
I bet GameCanon.xxx
The other
is more
canon.com?
expensive.
Your princess is in another canon.com. The other canon is already taken. GameCanon.guru for $40.
We're your game cannon gurus.
Why does it have to load when I go to a
The USS
box
Cyclops.
with weapon box,
Ava.
armory box?
You're gonna have to see this to believe it.
That's a real good question.
Almost there. The sonar box should be on the end of the mast.
Is this a real ship?
The USS Cyclops? Probably not.
Hey Matt, was there ever a USS Cyclops?
I mean, you have the USS Rogue and the USS Storm, but
Oh, yeah, no, Matt tells me that it went missing in
Huh.
Bermuda Triangle.
oh, great! It's a reference.
Shows us.
Follow the Cyclops.
Speaking of superheroes, I saw that Captain America today.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me who
That
it is.
Captain America.
Is it good?
It's rad.
Cool.
It was very good. It was like a James Bond movie, but starring Captain America.
Did it
That's
feel
kind
like
of
Ed Baker stuff?
yeah. I mean, it's very clearly inspired by. I mean, like
Wait,
so clearly
what?
inspired by Ed Brubaker's comics that they named it
What just
The Winter
happened?
Soldier.
You got what?
I don't know.
Did you just get Bermuda Triangled?
Bermuda Triangled.
The USS Cyclops.
GameCanon.com/Bermuda Triangle.
You're gonna have to see this to believe it.
Check out the game canon for
ZTS is my
Bermuda
favorite.
Triangle.
Should be on the end of the mast.
My favorite thing relatively recently since ETI was
Whoop.
I wanted to see if interrobang.com was available, and the domain registry suggested that I try inter-fuck.com.
God.
I don't know why. I don't know what's happening.
Keith wants to know why Matt knows so much about ships.
He's always been way into nautical history.
The USS Cyclops.
His
Ava.
grandfather, who he
You're
was
gonna
pretty
have
close
see
to,
this believe
was in the
it.
Coast Guard, and also on a boat in
The sonar box should
World
be
War
on the end
II,
of the
right?
mast.
Yeah. And he grew up listening to stories from him. So
You know who else was
Also-
on a boat in World War II? Was
Trash
Captain
Panic?
America.
Oh.
Oh, also Trash Panic. I mean, you know what, Janine? We said different things, but we were going to the same place. I think
We
the
were.
destination was the same, and I think that's
GameCanon.biz,
what I appreciate.
your Trash Panic headquarters. We're doing a 7-day
I'm supposed
Trash
to go
Panic
out
blowout.
here.
So okay, how was Captain America?
It's really good. You should see it. If you like.
I haven't seen the first one.
You don't need to see the first one, really. If you like dumb superhero shit, and also if you like dumb spy shit, it's got both of those things, and it does them pretty well.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Why
think
is
of some.
that lady only around when you have to go for a leisurely walk somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Did you just is that a lunchbox? What did you just get from that thing?
Yep.
Loney.
I had to go get my Captain America lunchbox.
What kind of mustard's on that sandwich?
German, which is, you know, in a year or two he's going to feel real bad about that.
Ava, be careful.
What I will say about this game, from what I'm seeing, is like at least this is like an interesting environment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like there's totally there is some creativity and there is some heart in this game. I can see where they wanted this to be, and I'm into that. You know what I mean?
GTI says, so
Whoop.
GoDaddy says you get a turn to GameCanada.com would be, and I'm not making this up, injurylawfirm.net.
Yeah.
How is that not taken already?
I use Hover for all my internet registry for two reasons. One, it's really good. Two, it's owned by Two Cows. It's technically Two Cows, and Two Cows is hilarious because they're like this holdover from the old days of the internet. Anyway,
Yeah,
just
What?
I remember Two Cows. I didn't even
Two
know
Cows?
that.
Cows?
Yeah,
Two cows
TU
own this.
Yeah, Two Cows. Do you remember
I
Two
don't-
Cows?
How
Okay,
do they,
see you later,
How do
robots.
they use keyboards? I don't even
Oh,
understand.
Jesus Christ. They suggest GameCanon.bike.
That bike?
.bike, .cab, .camera, .careers, .clothing.
ZTI says
.contractors.
ZTI says Game
Got diamonds.
Criterion. ZTI says GameCriterion.com is available for only $12, which is actually not a bad name. I disagree, but only because any name that has game in it, I'm kind of not like, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, because there will never be a Criterion collection of games because of the way
GamePolygon.com.
Great.
That's my favorite.
GameCanon.academy.
Oh, damn it. I'm really sick of this game closing doors behind me.
Enroll in the Game Canon Academy today.
GameMuzzleloader.com.
Oh, you could totally buy
Canon.
TrashPanic.com. That's not taken.
Sport Cannon. So this is
This is
really ripe for expansion with all different sorts of canon sites.
ugh. Let me know when you want to switch over to
Whenever, man. I'm not in any rush.
Elder Scrolls. Well,
I'm
also-
actually updating right now, anyways. But
okay.
so I'll need at least a little bit longer.
Nope. Okay, good. Finally. I am in a defensible position here. It's just this really bad place to put a checkpoint. Right where you're standing. Right in the open with a whole bunch of robots shooting at you.
DTI notes that Two Cows is amazing, and it stands for the Ultimate of Windsock Software, which is
Yes.
amazing. Listen, the 90s were weird. All right. Guys.
So, Windsock was a DLL
Mhm.
that you had to have in order to connect. That was not included in Windows 95. You had to have it to connect to the internet via dial-up or other means.
Mhm.
Whoops. Cool. Great.
How is Janine? You've been playing Elder Scrolls Online, right?
I have.
How's that going for you so far? I read your piece, and it seems like you are enjoying it more than you did in beta, at least.
It's a fun game, and I have more fun with it when I'm not thinking about how much I want to play Skyrim.
Sure.
Yeah, I think the thing that I like the most about it is the various crafting things are really cool. Yesterday, Austin and I found a crafting site where you can craft like sort of unique sets
Like we found this
that
like
have
Smith-
unique like powers, but you have to have researched 2 traits for a thing in order to craft a thing in that category. None of this is going to make sense to people who haven't played this game.
The important thing is we were out wandering in the world and we saw a point where a volcano, like magma, was hitting the water. And at the base where the steam was coming up was a smith site, like a smithy. And you could like go there, and we realized, there's like, you can create a unique set, like only at this one place. Which is a neat.
I ended up, and you needed to make 3 pieces to get the set bonus, and the set bonus acted like an enchantment, basically. So it was like, I think the set bonus was when you're below 35% health, enemies who hit you will be knocked back or something, which is pretty good. I'm fine with that. For me, that works because I need them knocked back because I'm a ranged character.
I'm surprised it didn't have more to do with the fact that this was a cool, weird smith thing at the base of a volcano. I expected that set to do some shit with weird volcano powers, and it
had some sort of name that might be a thing in lore.
Death something, I think.
Soltron says, I just want Bethesda to announce their next thing. If you mean like Bethesda proper, like the Bethesda that made Skyrim, I think you'll probably be waiting a little longer because they want to keep the buzz going on Elder Scrolls Online for as long as they can.
I think we're gonna get, or do you really not think we'll get Fallout 4 at E3?
Maybe. I mean, when I say a little bit longer, like, yeah, it could happen at E3. Yeah. I'm not 100% convinced it will, but, like, I could see it happening at E3. I would believe that. But I think, I definitely don't think, like, we won't be getting that game this year.
No.
The
thing that I'd heard was
I think whatever their next one is probably next year. Fall
if that's the case, then we might not hear about it yet. Arthur, do you know, Phil? You're familiar with him, right?
I try not to be.
Okay. Mentioned that Bethesda has time and time again only announced something that year, the year of release, that they do a short press cycle on.
Yeah, they tend to announce. I know this primarily from having worked at Game Informer, so I had a weird handle on when stuff is announced versus when it comes out. Bethesda definitely tends to announce in like December or January and then release that year. That's not to say that's always what they're going to do. Like, they could surprise us still. Warblefem says, Fallout 4 is something I super don't want from Bethesda. Well, you're super going to get it, so enjoy that.
I mean, the real answer is, suck it up and hope that maybe Obsidian can convince them to let them do another weird semi-sequel, if that's
sure. I could totally see that happening.
I would love that to happen, though, after their last deal with the fucking gross Metacritic thing.
Sure. Actually, did that news come out from Obsidian?
I feel like it did.
Because if that came out from Obsidian, then
that's a burned bridge.
Right? Yeah, like Bethesda, I think is pretty well known for being very on the corporate level, being very hardcore about like if they don't like someone, they're like gone.
I like this lady. Why aren't I playing it as a lady instead?
Yeah, she's kind of... Other than her animations aren't great. But...
Well, yeah, but she's also saved the main character of the game like a full-on 3 times now.
Listen, Nick, I just don't think Nolan knows to do convincing lady.
The Great One notes correctly that both Skyrim and Fallout 3 were revealed at the VGAs.
That's interesting.
So yeah, they usually do like a tiny teaser then, and then it'd be like a big Game Informer reveal a month or 2 later.
Okay, good. Now we get the dude saving the lady. I was worried there for a second that the lady was going to be capable.
Phew.
Yeah. Also, like it's great. I mean. By great, I mean sarcastically great, that the couple of times she has been cool, like it's been a total, like, Deus Ex, just coming out of nowhere to save the main character. Deus Ex misandry.
Great.
Wait, are we playing Deus Ex? Is that what's happening?
Yep, this is Deus Ex.
Yep.
This is Warren Spector's new game. He plays as a new take on Mickey Mouse. We gave him a jetpack and a human body.
Oh, hey, dude.
The War Inspector.
Oh,
Yeah,
God. Oh,
he's really
ow.
just an innovator. You know, Phil?
Oh, I died.
I have a story to tell, but until I remember this super weird N64 game, I can't tell it.
Ooh.
Okay, what N64?
I want to hear a story about a super weird
Let-
N64 game.
I don't
Let us help
remember
you.
what it's
Is it
called.
Trash Panic 64?
Oh, classic.
Was it?
It might have been Crash
Tetrisphere?
Panic. It wasn't Tetrisphere. Oh, okay. So I just remember the core thing about it. I bet you I can figure it out now.
What was the core thing? You're not going to share until you got the story?
I won't. I'll share if I can't figure it out, which is
Okay.
not unlikely.
Oh.
I think the thing. So the core thing, I can't find it. The core thing was that you could like create your own monsters or something in it. Like you could design your own. I can't remember if it was an RPG or if it was.
Like,
Are you
what was
talking about that PS3 game?
No, I'm definitely not. It was definitely an N64 game.
What was the mechanism that you created?
I don't. I super don't remember. Someone in the chat might know. We'll see.
You need to find a way up, like maybe this vertical cover that I've already been using.
It definitely came out here, which should narrow it down because it was. I think it was an RPG. It came out on the N64, so. And I think it had like a Japanese name. Like I think they didn't fuck with that name very much, or if they did, it was. I remember having a really weird name.
Dunbutsu no Mori?
No, that wasn't it.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't. Where? Okay. There it is.
There we go. The best undiscovered N64 games. Maybe it'll be on this list. Glover is on this list.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wasn't Glover. That was.
Oh, was it Glover though that you were talking about?
Oh, right. It was Glover. That's right. Glover.
Common mistake that often.
I mean, if
often
it was
forgotten.
if it was an RPG, then it was Quest 64 because that was like the only.
Oh, was it Quest 64?
That's the thing that's making me not think like, oh, maybe it wasn't a RPG.
No, Quest 64 was great, man. You're right.
I heard that. I never got to playing it.
It was.
I know
it
that
wasn't
Quest
great.
64
Don't ever play Quest 64.
I know that Quest 64 is one of the major influences on Crypt World, so you know
It,
it absolutely.
oh, it sure was.
Yeah. So I almost just said don't go chasing waterfalls, which it wasn't custom robo, Thomas.
I wish you had said that because that would have been your second time referencing that song in like less than 24 hours.
Do you mean the second time referencing that song out loud? I've been
Out
saying
loud.
that in my head now all week for some reason. I thought it was N64. Maybe it wasn't.
There was a. I think it was a PS2 game that was kind of an action game where you drew monsters
Yes. Okay. What is that?
and they came to life.
What is that?
I have no idea. I had it for a while, but I totally
the
don't
game.
remember what
The
it
game-
was now.
It was Magic Pangle, which was a
Yes,
PS2.
yes.
Okay. So I once asked War Inspector about Magic Pangle in person at a panel when I was a
What?
teenager.
What?
Yep.
A panel where?
In the HBO building in New York City.
Okay.
Also on that panel was Andrew McNamara.
Okay.
I was a weird teenager.
Yeah.
I never thought it would happen
What
to
did,
me.
what did you ask?
Dog, I asked the most Austin Walker fucking question. Like, I'm gonna say this thing, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, did you ask him that last year?"
Okay.
Get ready. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
So I asked him. First of all, I said I loved his water.
Oh.
I was in like freshman year of high school, maybe sophomore year. And I said, first of all, the setup for this is really good. I said something along the line. I remember I wrote it out on a napkin, so I wish I still had this napkin. It was the first time I ever interacted with a game developer, so I really do wish I had this. But it was something like, now that, get ready, now that we've conquered photorealism, as you can see in games like Max Payne, how do you feel about new games? I actually set it up way longer than this. There's a whole thing about how surreal painting and abstract painting came about largely in relation to the development of photography, because the necessity to paint accurate representational work shifted because photography picked up some of that slack, and so artists were able to use the techniques that they developed and experiment with their artistry a little bit. I suggested that Magic Pangle was an example of that happening in the gaming space, or I asked him if he agreed that was an example of that, and wondered if we'd see more of that. A shift away from the endless shift, the endless chase.
I want to let you know, and I think you might already know this.
Yep.
You're everything I hate about people asking questions at panels.
I was the worst. Dude, I was like 15. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. No, I mean, that's the problem, is it's always 15-year-olds asking these questions.
I had a thing that first of all, my dad took me there, and I had to impress my dad. And my dad insisted I ask a question, and asked me to try to come up with something on the trip up to New York. So I spent that whole trip trying to come up with something that would impress my dad. Like, you know, Warren Spector isn't my real dad. My dad is my real dad. So as much as I wanted to impress Warren Spector, I really wanted to impress my dad. So
I've got to say, Warren Spector is my real dad. Right. And he was not impressed.
No, he came home and was like, "No, this fucking kid." It was the worst. It was the most Austin Walker bullshit. Like,
that's not true, because here's the thing. I feel like
CTI says, "I can imagine a world in which this question is actually the genesis of the idea for Epic Mickey." Yup.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I was gonna say, I think I wouldn't call it Austin Walker bullshit, because I would not actually expect current modern day Austin Walker to pull something like that.
No, I wouldn't ask it, but that is some bullshit that I would write about, right? That, like,
sure, but writing about it's different. It's the problem that I have with that kind of a question is just, like, you know, that long setup to ask a question that's essentially like, do you agree with this thing that I said?
He did end up doing the right thing there, which is that, like, he ran with it and did talk about it in broader terms, like not just visual styles, but hoping that we would see gameplay mechanics that did more than... He was already on his, like, I'm done shooting people phase, right? Which was nice.
Sure.
He wasn't on that phase, but it was clear that he was at that space, because that was his big pushback, was like, it's great that we have games that are doing that with, you know, kind of cartoonish and other sort of, new visual styles, but what he really wanted to see was something that would do that with gaming. Like, once, you know, great, we can move on from... We know how good it is to shoot a gun at this point. It would be cool if there were more interesting and weird games. CTI says...
Never will be.
No, nope. The way people have bumper stickers that say, "My other car is a blank," I want one that says, "My other dad is Warren Spector."
Speaking of shooting things and getting bored of it...
Yeah.
This is going really good.
Yep.
How about this? This is a hypothetical here. How about a game where instead of having a gun, you have Mickey Mouse, but Mickey Mouse is a trash can, and you have to fill the Mickey Mouse with garbage.
I'm listening.
How much would you pay for that experience?
I would pay upwards of $9.99 or $7.99 if I was a PS Plus member. Oh, I almost shot you.
So every once in a while, when you talk about Trash Panic, I get a little bit confused and think about Stretch Panic, the game where you have a weird stretchy arm. But I don't stop thinking of Trash Panic. This is the worst part. Get ready for like the mind of a deranged killer shit. I think about that weird stretchy arm going through a paper shredder.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Austin, you need to talk to someone.
maybe.
Tried talking to
You got
Warren
this.
Spector, but
Yeah, dude, like Austin.
No, when
I'm
I said he
feel
needed
bad.
to talk to someone, what I meant was he needs to talk to Warren Spector really, really bad. We need to get him on the air. Somebody call up Warren Spector, get him on the show, and we need to have a serious discussion about what's going on with Austin in his mind.
CPI says regarding Janine Trash Panic Mickey thing. Says, "Oh, you mean the seminal classic, Fill My Mickey?"
Yeah. Oh no, the stream is offline. What happened?
Oh, is that
Uh-oh.
shit?
oh,
Should we swap right now while it's off?
I'll swap right now.
Yeah,
is your
yeah.
thing done patching?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I don't want to shoot robots anymore.
Tried,
Yeah.
but shot a lot.
It was neat to see this.
Yeah, I
You're
don't.
reminded that it was a thing once.
I don't think I'm gonna play any more of this game.
Oh, we're back on.
Oh, we are.
Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Well, now we're back off.
I think we're switch. Oh,
Which means all that talk about his switching was on the air.
No, actually, I didn't actually do anything yet.
No, we're still on now.
Oh, we are. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we're on Twitch on the internet. We're
Yeah, we're
streaming
on-
this.
Yes.
Okay.
is this on Twitch?
Twitch.
I mean,
Twitch.tv. Twitch.tv.
it's not. I mean, we can't quite get to Twitch.com.
Twitch.tv.
Could we register Twitch.clothes?
Probably. Twitch.construction.
Fill
I
up
think it
your
was
Mickey
contractors.
garbage can. Okay.
I'm good to go whenever.
All right.
Twitch Panic.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna shut down the stream here.
Who are
and
you?
We're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm a
Yeah.
guy.
Uh-huh.
My name is Nick. Thanks for joining me for this wonderful, awful, wonderful first stream I hosted. I hope to host many more wonderful, awful first streams. Wait, no. I mean, they won't be first streams anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I don't follow.
You can find me here at Twitch TV/StreamFriends, and also on the archive sometimes at streamfriends.tv, and
or
also
streamfriends.clothes. We'll get that one. We'll sort it out.
streamfriends.clothes.
Don't worry.
After that, upon says Twitch.clothes medicine.
streamfriends.garbagecan. Trashpanic.com/streamfriends.
I'm Austin Walker. You can find me at Austin_Walker on Twitter. The Calky Tech here on Twitch. Also,
I wasn't done listing stupid .coms.
I'm sorry. I thought there was a pause, so we could sneak that out there.
No. Okay, you can go now, though. I think I'm...
Hey guys, I'm Austin Walker. You can find me at Austin_Walker on Twitter. The Calky Tech on Twitch. ClockworkWorlds.com. Also, StreamFriends.tv is where we put our archived junk. That's me.
I said that part already.
Yeah. I'm
My name's Austin
I'm-
Walker. You can
Oh my
find me
god.
at Walker on Twitter, the Calky Tech on Twitch, and at ClockworkWorlds.com. Also, we put our archive stuff up at StreamFriends.tv. Hey everybody, I'm Austin Walker.
Ah!
I'm done.
Stop
I'm
it.
gonna get water. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm Gene Hawkins. I'm at Bleeding Heart on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Next.
Phil. Bye, everybody.
Hey, Phil, you should tell people where they can find the archives.
I'm Phil.
Okay.
Trashpanic.com.